Good morning, guys.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Sunday morning. A usual Sunday morning. We are in a modus chill today, right? Do you already have your coffee? I hope yes, we did. Simon,
We are good to go, I believe. We're a minute late, so it's a classic Sunday morning. My coffee is still standing over there, but I think we should be good to go.
yes.
Do we have any special announcements today? I don't think so. I think we are ready to go. If you haven't seen it, what you need today is a heavy backpack or a kettlebell. This time it can be heavy. We're doing swings or lunges, so feel free to fill it up big time. Apart from that, what you might need is a space at a wall because we're going to do some handstands. Some days are for skill training, so we're going to do a lot of skill for the handstand specifically, and we're going to follow up with a short metcon. Warm-up's going to take about 8 minutes. We're taking our time this morning. Skill training is going to take about 6 minutes, and then the workout around 6 minutes as well. So we're going to have a little bit of time. Then, if you had your coffee, if you have your backpack, if you have a place at the wall, we're actually good to go.
That's all what we need. And of course, being willing to suffer a little bit.
We're going to start easy. We're going to start easy. I'm going to do the talking, Edgar's going to do the moving. For today, I think we can get a little bit further back. We're going to start with warming up the wrists. What we're going to do is a wrist stretch. We're going to work for 40 seconds and we're going to rest for 20 in between. Use that clock. It works a little bit better. Good. What we're going to start with is a wrist stretch. You're going to come down to your knees. The hands go under the shoulders, the fingers are pointing forward. And all we're going to do is we're going to move forward and backwards. We're going to bring the pressure towards the fingers and then back to the palm of the hand. We're going to do about 5 to 8 repetitions.
Did you start the timer already? Let me know when the rest starts.
And then turn your hands to the outside and we're going to move left and right. We're just going to move through different angles of the wrist. And then you can turn your hands with the fingers pointing towards you, and then lean backwards, forwards. Just to get those wrists moving on a Sunday morning. I'm going to rest in 2, 1, and rest. Good, shake it out, do a couple of wrist circles. What we're going to do now is a downward facing dog. We're going to go in and out of the downward facing dog for 40 seconds. What we're trying to do is open up a good shoulder position. So, hands go under the shoulders again, toes, knees come off the floor, and we're now going to push the head towards the toes, push as far as you can, actively push the floor away, and then come back forward into the plank. Maintain a good hollow position, and then push back, open up those shoulders, take 1 or 2 deep breaths, and come back. I'm going to do this for another 20 seconds. You'll notice this position is a lot more comfortable than the actual plank. So spend more time in that downward facing dog. Back, we're going to do one more, I think. Yes. And relax. Good. Then we're going to grab the backpack and we're going to start with some light kettlebell swings. If you're swinging with a backpack, stick to a Russian swing. If you're swinging with an actual kettlebell, come into an American swing. In the workout and the warm-up, we're going to go with the Russian swing. For everyone, grab the kettlebell, feet are under the shoulders. We're going to hinge from the hip, lean back, and then use the hip to swing the weight just to eye height. The arms stay long. We're not bending the arms. The work is coming from the hip and the knees. That's where the power is coming from. Your arms are just swinging. Make sure you keep bracing, so we keep an active position. 40 seconds is quite long. If you want to rest in between for a second, shake it out. Maybe take some books out of the backpack. Maybe put some books in. That's okay. Shake it out. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to keep going for another 10 seconds. And relax. Good. Then, last one is going to be a body weight lunge. We're going to take it very slow on the lunges. It's a Sunday morning. We're going to step forward, bring the front foot flat on the floor. Yeah, bring the front foot flat on the floor, bring the back knee towards the floor, stand up, and come back. And there we go. We're going to do it for 40 seconds. Be gentle to the floor, be gentle to the downstairs neighbors, so don't slam your foot into the floor. Keep your balance, and we're just moving slow. We've had a few complaints about the amount of burpees because neighbors are complaining that it's getting too loud. There's too much. So no jumping today. We're going to keep everything slow and smooth. Another 15 seconds, and then we've done the first round of warm-up. Are the legs getting warm? Slowly. And then rest. Good. That was the first round. Now you know what's coming. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to try to move a little bit faster, find more range of motion. So we're back to the wrist, down on all 4, hands under the shoulders. If you want to make it more intense, move your knees a little bit further back. And we're going to start in the same position. There you go. And lean forward. If you want to make it more intense, you could either move your hands further forward or the knees further back. Both of those variations are okay. Really try to feel the pressure on the fingertips as you're leaning forward, active hands, straight elbows. And then we're going to do the least favorite wrist stretch. We're going to turn the hands upside down so that the palm is into the floor. And now we're going to lean back. If your fingers are pointing towards you, you can then try to straighten out the elbows and lean back. This is quite uncomfortable, so take it slow. And relax. Good. Then we're back to the downward facing dog. We're trying to prepare for that handstand, so find a lot of range of motion, pushing those shoulders away from you, the head goes through. And there we go, 40 seconds. We're gonna hold here, really push the floor away, feel how it feels to actively push up and come back into that plank. Maintain that core position. We wanna have an active core, so we're not collapsing when we're going into our handstand later on. Halfway there.
If you want to play around, you can start lifting one leg up. If you come into the downward facing dog, you can just lift one leg up into the air. Come down all the way, Edgar. Come back all the way. Yeah, now you can start lifting one leg. That's going to put a lot more pressure onto the hands. And then relax. Good. Go back to the kettlebell swings. Add a few more books, make it a bit heavier. Or a kettlebell if you have. And then we're going to swing again for 40 seconds. Edgar's now switching to the kettlebell, meaning we can actually do some overhead swinging, get those shoulders warmed up. And there we go. Keep looking straight forward. We're not looking at the kettlebell. Arms are fully straight. They're not pulling. They're just holding on. Very nice. Well, I hope you checked your ceiling height before you actually started swinging overhead. We don't want to have any broken lambs. Yeah, exactly. If you just smashed one of your lamps with a kettlebell, please let us know. Tag us on Instagram. Always good to see some fail videos from the home workout. Good, 5 seconds. And rest. Last round, we're going to do the lunges. We're now going to hold on to the kettlebell. So we're going to go from bodyweight lunges to weighted lunges. You can either just grab the kettlebell or the backpack. You can hold it with two hands, one hand. Doesn't really matter. As long as you're holding on to the weight. We're going to keep doing lunges. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Go. Make sure your upper body stays upright so the weight is not pulling you downwards or forwards. You are in charge. Keep your chest pointing forward. Keep looking straight forward. And really feel those legs move. If you want, count how many you can do in the next 25 seconds so you know how long the workout later on is going to take roughly. So I need the dark. Without you here, I would never see the stars. Okay, last couple seconds. I'm headed for you. Put on the gas. I'm coming straight at you, no looking back. Now, I hope the wrists are kind of warm, the shoulders are kind of warm, the legs are slowly getting warm as well. So we're going to move it on to skill work. You can get rid of the backpack for a second or the kettlebell. We only need space on the floor now and a wall depending on your skill. What we're going to do, we're now going to move on to the skill work. It's going to be 3 sets, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds rest, similar to in the warm-up, but now it's going to be a lot heavier. We're going to start the first exercise with a hollow hold. A couple of variations you can go with. The easiest variation, and that's the one you're going to fall back to probably, is going to be a tuck hollow hold. What we want is the lower back in the floor, the knees are just slightly in front of the hip, and the hands are pointing forward. If you want to make this now heavier, you can start raising your arms up all the way overhead. You're still having contact in the lower back. If that's easy, stretch one leg out. And if that's easy, stretch both legs out. If you start losing tension, you feel your lower back coming off the floor, then please tuck the knees in, tuck the arms in, hold there, and relax. Breathing is probably the hardest part because you're having so much tension on the abs. 40 seconds you need to breathe. So you need to learn how to do some relaxed breathing while maintaining a lot of tension. From there, we're going to go either into a plank hold, a wall walk hold, or a handstand hold. So we're going to start with a plank hold. You can start a plank with your feet in front of the wall. This is our improvised wall. I hope it looks like a wall. And we're going to start either with a normal plank hold. The further you push the shoulders forward, and the more pressure you get on the shoulders and the wrists, we're having an active core. If that's too easy for 40 seconds, start lifting one leg up against the wall, both legs up against the wall, and then we're going to have a hollow hold against the wall. If you lose tension and you start hanging on your lower back, you're going to feel that in your lower back really quickly. Then please walk out, come back to good posture. You can walk, of course, all the way up, or if you have the skill, you can show. You can kick up into a handstand. So we're going to turn around, hands go on the floor, and we're going to kick up into a handstand, and we're going to hold for 40 seconds. What we want to have, our wall is falling apart, is the only thing touching the wall is the heels. The toes are pointing up. They're not pointing into the room. They're pointing up. Think about squeezing something between your big toes. Squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, push the floor away. Look into the room. That's what it should look like.
and then to come down, release one foot off the wall and come down. And then we're going to follow up with some overhead mobility and strength with the, put down the swimmer, the prone bodyline drill. You're going to lie down on the belly. This is probably the comfortable part. And what we're trying now is to come into a hollow body position again, meaning we're trying to now push the lower back up towards the ceiling. Think about somebody pulling the shirt up. We have tension on the glutes, tension on the abs. From here, we're going to lift the hands off the floor and hold. This looks incredibly simple. It is incredibly hard to do. So we're just going to hold for as long as we can and then relax. Try to come hollow again and the hands up. For 40 seconds, that is quite tough. Very unlikely you can actually hold that position for 40 seconds, but we're going to work hard in those 40 seconds to maintain that position. Those are the 3 movements we're going to go with. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, and then we're good to go. After that, the shoulders are probably warm and the abs are burning, which is good news.
They're already warm.
Yes.
But
Good.
I'm ready, guys. I'm ready. You guys ready? Let's go.
I think we are. Then, hollow hold. Oh, this is going to be boring to watch now. 40 seconds. I've got the clock that is set up properly. I think we're good to go. Ready on the floor.
Against the wall.
We're starting with the hollow body hold. So that's just down on the floor, the hollow hold. And then we're starting in 10 seconds. If you're not sure if you're starting in the right position, well, not yet. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Come into the tuck. In the tuck, you always find a good position for your lower back and then slowly start making yourself longer and longer. Really feel how the tension on your body stays the same. If you feel like you're losing it, come back a little bit closer in. Now, once we're here, we're going to try to do some relaxed, deep belly breathing and do it with a smile. It gets very shaky after about 20 seconds. The first 20 seconds are the easy part, and then it really gets hard really quickly. So keep breathing, keep pressing the lower back in. We've got 10 seconds to go. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good, that's round 1 done. And then we go to the handstand hold, the plank hold, or the wall walk hold. Any of those variations is okay. 10 seconds. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Good. The heels are touching the wall in the handstand, the toes are together. The same goes in your plank. The legs are completely straight, the toes are together, and we're pushing actively away. In a handstand, we're pushing actively up. In the plank, we're pushing actively forward. If you're feeling any kind of pressure or back, something somewhere is missing. Most likely it's tension on the abs or tension on the glutes. So keep squeezing those muscles as hard as you can. We have another 10 seconds before we come down. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and relax, come down and control. Good. And then the easy bit, we're going to lie down on the belly for the body line drill. What we're trying to learn is how to have full tension on the core by bringing it up and then still have active shoulders in the other direction. In 2, 1, there we go. So we're going to lift off and hold. It's incredibly hard. Well, it's easy to lift the hands without tension on the shoulders. It's easy to create tension here and relax the shoulders. It's really hard to do both. Edgar is doing a great job here, but we're only 15 seconds in. Keep it up, keep it up, keep squeezing everything you have. Halfway through. Don't forget to breathe. And keep squeezing the abs, your legs, everything is under tension. We're imagining that we're standing in a handstand in exactly this position. Everything is flat on the floor. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo! That was round 1. We've got 2 more rounds to go.
See you tomorrow.
Plenty of strength work this Sunday morning. We're going back to the hollow hold. Second round, you might notice you're getting tired quite quickly, meaning start again in that tuck position. Make sure you start in a good position in 2, and let's go. So we're starting in the tuck. That's the perfect position, and then bring the hands up if you feel like it. If you're already losing tension or you have a hard time to breathe, just stay in that tuck position. That is perfectly fine. Play around with it a little bit. As long as we feel the abs working, as long as we feel the quads working, the toes are pointing out, we're in a good position. Just 15 seconds to go. Oh, some shaking is happening. This is not getting easier. It's not getting easier. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. 20 seconds. It's a nice ab burn.
Sunday morning, my favorite.
Summer's coming, somebody said. Even though it is freezing outside. Well, at least we have the sun.
That was a little bit cold in the morning.
Good. In 5, in 3, 2, 1. Into the handstand or into the plank. Good. Heels against the wall, toes are pointing up, toes are squeezing together, the shoulders are active. We're trying to become as straight as a line can be. Nice. Very good. So if you're at home and it's the first time doing handstands at home, now you have a designated handstand wall. It's okay if that spot gets dirty, you can always paint it when you move out. 10 more seconds. Nice. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and come out. Good. And then we've got one more set of the bodyline drill to finish round number 2. Good. Down on the belly. In 3, 2, 1, and lift up. Start with the abs coming up, then the shoulders coming up. Very nice. Very good. Tension everywhere. It should feel hard to breathe just because you're lying on your chest and there's so much tension on the core. It's really hard to hold that position and breathe and not lose tension. So Edgar's doing a very good job, but he's fighting hard right now. If you need to relax in between, that's fine. Just relax, take a deep breath, find tension, and come back up. We've got another 5 seconds, Edgar. Keep fighting. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo! 2 rounds done. We've got 1 more to go, and then all.
Getting warm. I don't need a sauna. I'm really
No.
warm.
We're gonna get those abs burning one last time. 40 seconds hollow hold coming up. In 2, 1, let's go. Start with that nice pretty tuck. And then we work our way out from here again. You can tell Edgar has been doing this for a while. He makes this look very easy. If you're at home, most likely you're gonna struggle to keep that lower back on the floor. Then just tuck the knees in. Keep fighting for a good position. The abs should be burning. Your lower back should not feel any tension or pain. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Maybe for the last round, instead of the handstand hold, you want to do a wall walk and just do it the other way, so we also have that on video. So we're going to start in a plank position with the feet against the wall. And we're starting with active shoulders, so we're going to push the floor away as hard as we can, keep that tension, and then slowly start walking up. One leg goes up, the other leg follows. If you want, you can walk a little bit closer to the wall, keeping that tension. It's very hard to keep everything in a straight line. Edgar's again doing a very great job. The toes are pointing up and together, the legs are squeezing. The only thing touching the wall is the chest and the toes. You can try to touch your nose to the wall if you have very good shoulder mobility. But as long as it's only the toes and the core, everything is fine. If you feel your knees, your quads, your hip touching the wall, you probably lost tension somewhere. We've got another 5 seconds, so you can slowly start walking out. Control the way out, the toes stay in the wall, control everything in a straight line. Very nice, very good. And then we come out, perfect. And then we have 1 more round of the swimmer. Our clock just disappeared. We're gonna have 20 seconds. We should be ready. Go. 40 seconds, here we go. Belly comes off, the glutes are under tension, and then the upper back starts
to work really hard. Yes, last round, this is going to be burning on the shoulders, in the upper back. Make sure that belly stays off the floor. The belly stays off the floor. The lower back is not working. The belly is doing all the work. And then we've got another 10 seconds. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo! Very good. Well, that was 9 minutes of core work. That is plenty. The shoulders should be warm by now as well. It's a nice little routine. If you want to practice handstands at home, well, now you're sitting at home most of the time anyways. But please, before you do it, warm up your wrists. It's something that people tend to forget. Warm up the wrists, warm up your shoulders and core properly before you go into your first handstand. Now, I do believe we are kind of warm, so we're going to move on to the Metcon. It's going to be a quick one, a 21:59 of kettlebell swings and lunges. If you in the warm-up realized you have space to swing American, please swing American. If you're swinging with a backpack or with maybe a too heavy kettlebell, stick to a Russian swing. About the movements, well, we've had both, so we're just going to have them real quick again. It's going to be a kettlebell swing or backpack swing. So on 3, 2, 1, go. You're going to pick up the kettlebell in a pretty deadlift, and we're going to swing in a pretty deadlift. And then we're going to swing either to eye height or we're going to swing all the way overhead. Both variations are fine given the space you have. After 21 swings, we're going to hold on to the kettlebell and we're going to go immediately into 21 lunges. Front rack, one arm, two hands, everything is fine for 21 lunges. Edgar switching the grip here into front rack. Anything is fine. It's a short workout, so preferably you're going to hold on to that kettlebell. Every time you put it down, you have to pick it up again. So just hold on while you go. 21 kettlebell swings, 21 lunges, 15 swings, 15 lunges, 9 swings, and 9 lunges. Because this is such a short workout, if you have a bottle of water next to you and a towel and your phone and God knows what, put it away. You don't need it. It's 5 minutes of work. You don't need to drink something in a 5-minute workout. You will survive. After this, we're going to have coffee, breakfast, all the other bits. So once it's 3, 2, 1, go, we're going to try to work fast. Willem is working on the timer, I believe. Yes, that's good. That means we're ready to go. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Good. Then we're going to get the heart rate up now. We're going to start in 5, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 21 swings. There we go. Edgar's working hard, keeping that back straight. The backpack is a little bit uncomfortable compared to a kettlebell, but he's doing a very good job here. The arms are straight. The power is coming from hip. I'm not counting your reps. I hope you are. Very good. The set of 21 is usually the easiest because you're fresh, so try to hold on throughout the whole set. What we're looking for is the heel staying on the floor when the kettlebell is coming down, so don't let it pull you onto the toes. Keep an active core, keep breathing as you go along. That's the 21 kettlebell swings done. Grab that backpack any way you need and immediately go into lunges. We're alternating, so left foot, right foot. The knees coming down all the way unless some sort of injury prevents you from lunging that low, and go as far as you can, pain free, and we're going to keep working there. Keep breathing and try to move fast. We're really trying to get the intensity up. We don't need a lot of work to get the heart rate up, but then we need to move fast. So try to keep up with Edgar. He's putting on quite a speed here, which is good. That's all we need to get the heart rate up. Finishing up the set and then immediately into the swings. The good news is now it's just 15 reps to go, so we can start fighting for it. Good, and let's go. Just 15, you have to do less work than in the first round, so we can try to speed it up again. Don't let go of that kettlebell. Keep it going. Of course, depending on the weight of your backpack or the weight of the kettlebell, the lunges might get very difficult. But try to keep going. The only thing we're doing this morning. Last position is done, so keep it going. Nice, good job, Edgar. All the power from the leg and immediately into the 50 lunges. Nice, very good job. Keep breathing, keep moving, don't stop. Very good. As the sets are getting smaller, mentally easier to hold on. Only 9 repetitions in the last round. Good big breath, don't waste any time, and go. Good, that's it. Good. Arms stay straight, we're still pushing through the legs. Your glutes, your ass should be burning by now from all that work. And there's the last swing. And then 9 lunges right away. I can hear some heavy breathing. That's a good sign on a Sunday morning. And there it is. Very, very good. So we have 2.5 minutes to finish this whole thing, meaning Edgar took 3 minutes 30, which is a very good speed. That's what happens if you don't let go. If you don't stop moving, you can finish this thing quickly. But of course, that depends on the weight of your kettlebell. If you do it with a 32, probably you have to rest somewhere in between. So we have another 2 minutes to go. If you're finished with the workout, let us know in the chat. We have the chat open here. So let us know your time. There's about 20 people doing this workout right now. Let's see who's going to be the first one to finish and be able to leave a comment in the chat with their time.
Simon, you have some news for us.
We do have some news, but I think we're going to let the clock count out so that everybody can have their workout finished. Just 1 minute to go, ladies and gentlemen. I am pretty positive that by now most people will have finished this workout. Move it on. If you haven't, keep going. The last set is usually the hardest, well, but it's only 9 reps. Oh.
Bring the madness.
Still no comments in the chat, so currently everybody's still working hard, working very hard. Ah, there we go, Marika in 3:11. Ooh, woohoo!
I need to get my dice better.
That's quicker than that's quicker than Edgar, so we have to move. How did you do that, Marika? Very good job.
Well done, Marika. I will see you next time on the box. I will compete with you.
Yeah, we want to have a video of that, please. Not like we don't believe you.
We want to see this.
We want to
make
see
the performance.
Last 10 seconds.
Come on, boys. 10 seconds. Keep moving. Keep moving.
And then we're done. 3, 2, 1,
And stop.
Relax.
Good, good. Well done, everybody.
Nice
well done.
job. I hope you didn't smash the lamps in the kettlebell swings or you didn't come through the floor with all the lunges. That is it for today. We can do a couple minutes stretching. Oh, who is that? It's Carla, I think, in 3:20. Very nice.
Carla, nice, Carla.
So I think we're having
Well
quite
done.
a delay in the videos and the chats coming in. One thing, we're going to do a few stretches for the quads and the hips, but before we do that, we now have, and I'm not sure if you can see this, a plan that looks similar to the programming you usually see. Basically, it has a Monday to Friday program, and I think we're going to put this online. Doesn't really, well, you don't have to look at it, but what's important is there is a schedule in the last line showing you when we are online with the YouTube videos, when we are online with Zoom. But also, we're putting in a few weekly challenges. Because tomorrow is Monday, we're going to start tomorrow with a 1,000 sit-ups per week challenge.
Ooh.
Meaning you have 7 days and you're going to complete 1,000 sit-ups. When you do them, how you do them, that is completely up to you. But of course, you need to keep track of it. So take a piece of paper, put down Monday to Sunday, how many you did each day. If you do the math, 1,000 per week, that it's 130 per day, or maybe 250 every second day, something like this.
Oh.
So we're gonna get some work in. It's probably the easiest if you split it out through the day, 50 in the morning, 50 around lunch, and 50 in the evening. Then that doesn't feel, well, it is still a lot of work. You can find this schedule in the app or under CrossFit Harlem /NL dot slash workout.
What?
What? Not workout. It's the same thing. What? Everybody knows the site. We're going to have different challenges for the days. The Monday challenge is one that keeps going throughout the entire week. And then we have different ones per day, kind of trying to give you something to do when you're sitting at home, not knowing what to do with your time. Just work out. Just move. It's going to help a lot. Good. Then we're going to do a tiny bit of stretching for the quads and the hamstrings. And then we should be good to go, unless I forgot something.
No, I think you already explained everything about that. And like I said before, I'm kind of curious about your videos, guys, your pictures. Please share it with us, and then we can see also how hard you are training. Now, it's really nice to see you with at least via videos or pictures, and it's also nice to share this with the rest of the community.
Sylvia did it in 3:35 and Eric in 3:26.
Guys, you're faster than me, man.
We're having quick members here.
Woohoo!
Good.
Well, it does make me happy. At least make me happy. I have a really good fit people here.
Yeah, exactly. We need
What
to
we're gonna
keep
do,
working. We're gonna do a 2-in-1 stretch. We're gonna stretch the quads and the hamstrings at the same time. We're gonna do this classic runner stretch. We're gonna grab the ankle, stand on one leg. And this is the starting position. From here, we're going to touch our toes 10 times. So with a hand that's free, you're going to come down and touch the toe. As you're coming down, you're going to feel a stretch on the hamstring and you're going to feel a stretch on the quad. If you want, take your shoes off for this. That allows you to balance a bit more. When you're grabbing the ankle, make sure you grab the ankle, not the toes. So really want to have a good grab on the ankle. And then we're going to come down. Go as slow as you can. Find that balance. The leg where you're having the ankle in your hand, you should feel a stretch on the front, going all the way from the knee up into the hip. It's a lot of balancing work, so that's also good for the feet. From all the sitting, your feet are getting lazy, so we keep them working here.
7?
I'm not counting.
10,
I think
right?
I've got 8.
Yeah, you got 8.
If you can't reach the toes because your hamstrings are not that flexible yet, that is fine, and just reach as far as you can while maintaining balance. Then we switch to the other side. Grab the ankle, not the toes, and then come down. So if you can only reach to the middle of the shin, that is fine. But just stay here. Just an active stretch for the quads and your hamstrings.
My balance is gone.
If you feel a big difference left and right, you know you've got some work to do. That means one of your feet is not working as much as the other one.
That's mine.
Probably, if you're not used to this, one of your feet is having a much harder time to maintain that balance. Then just do it a bit more often.
Yeah, that's a really good tip.
Oh, we're going to do one more glute stretch. How about that? We're going to stand again on one leg. We're going to put the ankle on the knee. And then from here, we're going to sit down, call a Hawaiian squat. You're going to feel a stretch on the outside of the leg that is up. And we're just going to hold it. The lower you sit down, the more stretch you feel on the outside. Try to keep that chest up. And we're just going to hold here. You can press down here a bit if you feel like it. That adds to the stretch. And we're also doing a bit of strength work for the other leg.
Show off.
Good. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and stand up. Then we switch to the other side. Last one for today. Get the knee on the ankle, slowly sit down, feel the stretch on the outside of the hip. And we're just holding here. Again, if you want to make it more intense, you can press down on that knee a bit. Actively stretching. The left foot is working hard, the right one is stretching comfortably. In 10 seconds. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good, ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
It's a fun one,
Really
right?
good, man. Yeah, I like it.
It's strength work, it's balance work, and it's some stretching. It's always fun to play around with this. Good, we're going to do the triple clap to close it off.
Yes.
And then I think we're done. We're going to leave the chat open if you have questions, feedback, all that stuff. Please
Pictures. How
let
about
us-
pictures?
and the Instagram pictures, please, at CrossFit Harlem. And we're gonna have a Zoom this afternoon at 4, probably some sort of stretching, unless you have suggestions, and please let us know for the 4 o'clock session this afternoon. Then triple clap on 3.
Yes.
In 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your Sunday.
Have a beautiful
And we'll
Sunday,
see you
guys.
soon.
We'll see you next day on Zoom.
On Zoom, yes.